Yeah, I believe in you. I don't believe in lucky sevens. I'm not sure about Loch Ness, but I know I believe in angels. I believe in happiness.
Yes, absolutely. We all have to believe in happiness. And welcome to Saturday morning. It's the Christmas time season. I have to tell you, I'm just not quite feeling it yet. I wonder if that's just because the kids are still busy. We've got Boy Scouts camping. We have a daughter getting ready for the Nutcracker. And man, she is coming up to her 25th hour this week of dancing. She's like a twig. I told her this morning, I'm like, here's some protein powder. Like, you've got to feed that body. And they're young, so they don't like to do that. Anyway, welcome to the show. I have a terrific guest. He is my dear friend. He's a friend of the show. He's been on as a co-host, and he has been booking it, majorly booking it. So if you're in the entertainment industry, if you're an actor, and you really want to know just everything about the experience of landing the gig, and then let's hear about what he's doing. Stay tuned. But first, let's talk about our sponsor this morning. It is Nun Life. So here's a cool little product. They've expanded their line. I have seen them in my local Kroger, which is Vons on the West Coast, if you're watching this in Los Angeles. Look at how great this is. Nun Immunity. It's an all-in-one kit to keep you hydrated, to keep your vitamin C and your niacin and your B vitamins, all those things that we need as winter comes around and people start to get sick. And I don't know what these kids do at school. When I went to school, maybe somebody in the corner ate some paste, but we weren't licking each other. They come home with everything. So if you got kiddies, you definitely want to boost your immunity this season. I know we've already gone through the flu. I've heard some of my friends on the West Coast are just now getting it. I'm praying for you guys that you're not going to be sick through your holiday. And then they have instant hydration. And they actually tout this as better than water hydration. Of course, if you put a little bit of the salts in the enzymes that your body needs, you're going to hydrate faster, which water doesn't have any salt in it. But I'm not saying that this is high in sodium either. This is a wonderful replenisher. If you're a workout fanatic like I love to be, and you've pushed a little bit too hard, you want to make sure that you're hydrated. So this is the product that came online with us a few years ago. They are tablets that can pop into any little water bottle or into your reusable water bottles, and it gives you a nice little boost. This is their energy line, which is going to have some caffeine in it. And I've got to tell you, I was testing out a new product before the show went on. And I'm not going to say what the product is because I don't have a great review for it. But there's let's just call it a small chewable item. And in this one small chewable item, it says that it has 75 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot. I mean, that is almost a full cup of coffee in one small little thing. And I tried it and it was bitter. It was not good. You can choke it down, and then all of a sudden you're going to feel this caffeine, like your fingers start to get cold and your toes start to get cold because all the blood is rushing to the core of the body because it's just been hit with all this caffeine. So that's a no. I'm going to pass on that because these products don't do that. These products are truly for your good health, and I hope that you try Nun Life. So you can go to most of your stores, CVS, Kroger, Publix, Amazon, or nunlife.com. That is NUUNLIFE.com. All right, everybody, let's get to our guest this morning. I'm not going to give him a huge intro because he doesn't need it. He is the Ken Dodge. How are you, Ken? It is wonderful to see you.
Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? You look fantastic. And thank you so much for having me on. I'm going to drink my 75 milligrams.
Wonderful. I like that cup there.
I know, isn't that great?
All right, Ken. We're going to talk about the projects that you've booked, and you've booked some really great gigs in the music world and the acting world, which is phenomenal because, they always say don't just want to be a one-trick pony. If you're going to act, make sure you can sing, make sure you can dance, or maybe comedy, or, so that you are multifaceted.
I'm definitely not a one-trick pony, am I?
You're not. And tell me, I really want to hit the emotional side of this.
Okay.
What does it feel like for you today? You've been in major projects, you've worked across really great A-list actors.
Yeah.
What does it feel for you when they come back and they give you an offer?
I just to this day, I still can't believe that somebody took a chance on this. I am just so blessed. As a child, I always wanted to be an entertainer. I always wanted to make people happy, and because I didn't grow up in the greatest of circumstances, so trying to make everybody happy around me was very important. And to grow into that and have most of the people in my life tell me, Ken, that's a pipe dream. You need to go ahead and work your 9 to 5. And believe, God bless you if you're working a 9 to 5, because I did it. And I did it right up until the point where I had to be basically disabled for COPD and for incidents as a police officer. But I never gave up on my dream. I never listened to the naysayers saying it's not going to happen. You can do anything you want to do as long as you believe in yourself and you keep pushing. There is no failure. You learn more from failing than you do from success every day.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get called back by these spectacular human beings, these super talented people, and they see something in me and they realize that, hey, he's something special. It really does something to my heart and my soul. Like Sally Field said, you like me. You really like me. That means a lot. It really does.
It's something that I didn't realize how much it meant to me that someone believed in you. And unfortunately and tragically, a couple of months ago, my Los Angeles agent passed away. And it was heartbreaking. I mean, I was just crying and crying. And I thought, my goodness, the core of it was that he believed in me. He took a chance on me. And that is such a wonderful, huge, pinnacle, beautiful moment for someone to come back and say, yeah, you nailed it. You're the guy, because that role is born for just you. There's anybody else that can pick up that hammer.
I understand your feeling about losing someone that believed in you. I had an agent or a manager. His name was Lee Taylor. When I first actually broke into the music business here in Nashville, he managed me, and he actually was this close to having Dodge, Chrysler, fully endorse me. And we were going to do a record release party. I'd release an album, and we were going to do the release and everything. And we'd gone down to Florida and did the meet and greet in the hometown and everything. We got back here and was planning on the record release party here in Nashville. And he ended up having a massive stroke in a Waffle House parking lot right in front of the apartment building that he lived in. And he passed away. And so everything went on hold. And I basically walked away from country music at that time, because obviously I wasn't meant to do it at that time. And it devastated me because Lee believed in me so much. And he was such a great human being. He really went to bat and really believed in me. So I know that loss, and you're in my thoughts and prayers, and so is your agent's family. I know that devastation, and I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, it was, I believe, COVID related and very quick. We do have someone watching, and he has a question. Mr. Justin Ware, my dream is to be an actor, but don't know where to start.
McDonald's. No, uh, I'm kidding. How may I ask how old you are, Michael?
Justin. Justin, how old are you?
Oh, just uh, he's probably going to be a couple of minutes before he answers. But the thing is you can start at any age. It's not like the music business. Talent doesn't have an age. You can see kids as young as 5, 6 years old getting into the music that are fantastic actors. I would suggest this is how you're going to get people to know who you are. First of all, you've got to get out and let people see you. Best way to do that, in my personal opinion, if you're a comedian, get out and do comedy. Get somebody to film you. If you're a musician, get out and do shows. Get out and do one-person shows. Get out with a band or whatever. Get people to film you. So you have something to present somebody. If you want to act, and this is where it goes to you, Justin. If you want to act, your first big step is to try public theater.
Mm-hmm.
Go to in every town there's usually a little theater that does like Grease, and they do all the plays and stuff. That is a tremendous, and I can't push this enough. That is a great way to hone your craft,
Mm-hmm.
to learn what it's like to act with others.
Mm-hmm.
Take classes. You may think, I don't need classes. Yes, you do. Even the most skilled actors, Ryan Reynolds, all these all these actors, even Elizabeth Cooper right here. I know she has taken so many classes, as have I. You never stop learning. Never. Get acting classes. There are colleges, schools around that do those. Oh, you just gotta look. But public theater is a great place to start. Get people to film it, and start building yourself a bio. Put all your information together. Get your demo reel together, and start presenting it to different agencies. And sooner or later, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. But it's not a quick journey. It's fast for some people because some people have that gold key. I'm not going to say that that it happens overnight for them, but it seems to happen a lot faster for them than does other people. It's different for everybody, but it's not something that you try for a little while and you say I give up. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what you do, and you have to believe that you really can do it. And if you can, you will. But if you stop believing in yourself, you're not going to succeed. You learn more from failure than you ever will from succeeding.
Absolutely. You do 100% have to believe in yourself and believe in you have this in you, and this is a part of your being and your passion, because no matter what family, you're always going to have somebody that says, you want to do what? What, really? And it could be an aunt, it could be a brother, it could be a mother, father. And you have to be able to stand there and go, yes, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to prove it to you.
Right.
That's tough.
And your job isn't acting. And Elizabeth can tell you this too. Your job isn't acting. Your job is auditioning.
Mm-hmm.
When you audition, you are trying to get in the door. Once you land the audition, then the fun starts, because now you get paid to do what you love to do.
Right.
Auditioning, that, and you may land every audition you get, but if you don't get disappointed, don't get discouraged. I have failed more auditions than you can imagine. Oh my, I wish I had a nickel for every audition I didn't get. Because I could retire. I'm sure you could too.
Oh yeah.
I could retire, but you walk away from that going, okay, I didn't get it, but how can I make this better? What did I learn from this? Okay, and you go into the next one with a positive attitude, not scared, not terrified, because you're going to be in the beginning. You're going to be terrified. Oh, I got to have this. I got to have this. If you go in like that, 99% of the time, you're going to fail. You have to go in there with a confidence, knowing what you're doing is right. You believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to land the job.
Right.
You have to believe in yourself, and you have to go in there with the confidence of knowing that you're right. You're made for this job. You're made for this character, and you're not going to get it every time. Your job is auditioning.
Absolutely. There are many auditioning coaches out there, and so many
Right.
people have different styles. You have to find the style that is you, because that's your edge on the market. And that, I have to say, and I'm not going to, go on and on about this because I want to talk about what you've booked and what you're working on. But in the beginning, I was doing it right. Then I got some acting coaching and I did it wrong and bombed some great gigs potentially. And then I had to come full circle to go, oh, what I was doing on my own in the beginning was right. Okay.
Right.
It has to feel right. If it doesn't feel right and it sounds like something from outer space and you're like, wait a minute, then don't do it. It's not right for you.
If somebody says, if you pay me this much money, I will get you on this. Put your roller skates on and get out of there. Talent has no money. Stop.
Right.
Don't pay anybody to say, I will get you on the show, or I will get you this agent. No. If they ask you for money, put your skates on and go.
Yeah. And that goes for modeling. I'm on the Nextdoor app all the time, connected with my neighbors here. And one of my neighbors, they had posted saying that somebody called, said that they won $250, but they were going to send them a check for $10,000. They needed to go take that check to the bank and then send them the remainder of the money, but they get to keep $250. And I'm like, that's a scam. No. That doesn't work that way. And modeling in that industry, when you're searching for it on your own, there are more scams than there are gigs. You have to be extremely cautious.
Yeah, the waters are just teeming with sharks.
It is. All right, let's talk about your bookings. There's some really cool dynamic films in your world. What can you tell us? I know it's really early.
Well, I have several projects going on. First of all, there's a project I'm working on in Kentucky, just north of us. It's a film that was written by a local writer in Kentucky. It's called Twig. And again, I get the bad guy. And you know what? I get that. 99% of the time, I'm cast as the bad guy. But everybody that knows me, and Elizabeth can tell you, I'm not that guy.
No.
I get cast as this bad guy that ends up finding this lady in the woods who's an outdoors person, and she has escaped from the everyday world, and she's become a person that lives on their own, off the grid, in the woods and just away from everybody. And she's not as helpless as people think she is. And her little friends that live within the 40-mile radius or 50-mile radius of her are really, really close to her, and they are her friends. And if you harm her, it's not going to end up good for you. So that, in a nutshell, is basically what this is about. And I play the guy that it's not so nice to her, and I get my dues.
So did she kick your butt? Did she beat you up?
I can't tell. I'm not.
All right. So
can't say any more than that, except it's something that you're really going to want to see.
Do you know when it might be released?
I believe they're releasing it in July or August.
Okay. All right. So
I will keep you informed as what it's called. Twig. You can find it on IMDb. You can look it up. We're still in production. I have a little bit more filming I've got to do in January, and I think we're going to wrap around mid-January. That means somewhere around June or July, maybe August, it should be out.
So we have a viewer here, and he is from Sydney, Australia, saying hello.
Hello.
Said, I am playing a serial killer in a few horror films. You don't happen to have any horror films booked, do you?
Yeah, I got a few of those. Look
All
at
right.
me. Congratulations on working as the serial killer. That's a great role to have, because I mean, everybody loves a serial killer. Boy, that came out wrong. That's not what I meant. But everybody likes movies about serial killers, and I really enjoy playing parts like that. Simply because you can explore yourself a little bit more, and you can explore the terror side of yourself. And Yeah, I've got a few of those. I've got one coming up pretty soon here,
Mhm.
uh, with Rick Prince. I don't know if that rings a bell. It should, because if you've ever watched Face Off, the television program where they do the special effects makeup,
Mhm.
Rick Prince was on season 2, I believe, and he is a spectacular. He's the go-to guy now in the industry for special effects makeup. If you've watched, uh, there you go. If you've watched Stranger Things, Demogorgon, and all the monsters and everything, all Rick Prince and Rashad Evans. Those two guys have done all the special effects makeup in the Stranger Things series, and they are working on 3 different movies that are coming out that I, Ken Dodge, actually was cast in. The first one, we'll talk about that one. Then we'll talk a little bit about the second and third one, but I can't say a whole lot about them because they are major motion pictures, and I am so blessed and so happy to actually get to be a part of them.
I'm showing some of Rick Prince's work right now. It is absolutely spectacular. He is on Facebook. He's probably on all the social medias. I just haven't done all my homework to know the handles to be able to give everybody. But you can go onto Facebook and search Rick Prince. And this is what you're going to find. This is his banner photo of his work. And I
Well,
mean,
that's just a small amount of it. He
yeah,
has done so much.
it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the 2 films, are you allowed to release the names of those films?
Yes, the first one is going to be called the Kiamichi Project. Kiamichi is a location in Oklahoma. Um, I uh, All I can say is that it is a horror type film, and there's going to be a whole lot of special effects and a whole lot of people get messed up really bad, and it's it's just one of those things that you just really, if you're a movie buff, it's got a great story to it.
Mhm.
It's got a great cast. It's got a great crew, an amazing crew, and it's going to be something you're going to want to see. It's called the Kiamichi Project, and the Kiamichi, like I said, it's an area in Oklahoma, and there's something in that area.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
is that just a folklore thing where the people there know that there's something odd in that area, or is that
You can actually pull up Kiamichi on the internet. Kiamichi, and it's spelled with a K. Uh, I'm not sure whether you have the movie poster up yet,
I do.
but if you search the internet for search Kiamichi, there are so many different stories about a certain being or something that is in that area of Oklahoma. Uh, it's not like the Bigfoot type thing. It's along those lines, but it's never been disproven. It's never been proven. But we're taking a story and bringing it to real life.
Very interesting. And does he have any type of release dates, or I mean, this is pre-production at this point.
We are in pre-production now. We're waiting on script approval. Everything else is basically in line. We're ready. We've got locations to shoot. We've got the crew ready. We've got the cast ready. He's just doing the final steps and finishing up getting approval on everything, and then we're a go.
Awesome. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Do you have another one?
Yes, I do. Another one that Rick Prince, and he's working with several spectacular, huge producers and directors. It's called Convergence. And the only way I can explain that is a long time ago, back in the 70s, there was something kind of like what Rick has has modeled. It's that was called The Island of Dr. Moreau, where this mad professor. Now, I'm not saying this is what the movie is about, but it's along the same lines of this, where DNA from animals were mixed with human DNA, and they became these totally different creatures. This is that on steroids times 10 squared. So, and it's something that it's very believable when you see it, when you read it, and when you're sitting there in theater and or when you read the script, you're like, holy mackerel, this is possible. This is actually possible. And the way it's presented and the way it's done, it's like, maybe this really has happened and we don't know about it.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe we do know about it, we just refuse to believe it. The convergence is something that everybody's going to stop and go,
So is it paranormal activity or more like
no,
alien
this is not paranormal. This is science.
Science.
This is science. And that's yeah. You've got an NDA. I don't know whether people know what an NDA is. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. You can say this much, but if you say any more than that, you can end up losing your job. So I'm just giving you little tidbits of a taste of what is about to come. And it's, again, another one you're really not going to want to miss, because wow, just the movie poster. And these are just drawings and ideas of how the movie poster is going to be. Rick Prince put one up. I'm not sure if she's pulled that up yet, but it's an amazing. It's going to be spectacular. In a word, that's all I really can say is wow.
I completely respect where you are, and you're right. You can lose your job if you violate the NDA. You can also be fined. So
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No,
I can't afford that.
No.
I can't afford to pay attention, much less a fine. And the final one. This is the one I'm really, really excited about, because I can't say anything about this because I don't know. But all I do know is that it has never been done before. It is a zombie Western, a zombie Western comedy. Never been done. Yes, zombies, cowboys, zombie Westerns. It's going to be hilarious, and it's going to be entertaining, and it's going to be gruesome because it's Rick Prince and Rashad Evans. These guys are at the top of the peak when it comes to special effects, and it's going to be yeah, it's going to be something to see too. That one I really can't wait for, because I think I get to be a zombie.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is so fun. I love being a zombie. I really do.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
I'm going to bring just the poster solo, so everybody just sees the poster right now. That is Rick Prince.
Yes, that is Rick Prince dressed as a cowboy.
Wow.
As a zombie cowboy. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool. And that is a mix of genres I haven't seen before. Have you?
I haven't. I have never seen it. I mean, there was 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, and that was a funny movie. It was great from the producer of Family Guy, but that and you've had, I guess you could say, Wild Wild West was kind of a punk, steampunk kind of, but I've never seen a zombie comedy Western.
No.
And that I mean, we're talking horses, cactus. We're talking about the old West type thing. But I don't know if he's going to put a twist in there or something else or not. But I know that because Rick and Rashad and all the other producers and directors that are going to be, it's going to be something big. It's going to be awesome.
Are they still casting for any of these projects?
You know what? I don't know. All I know is that I received a call going, "Hey, Ken, hey, what do you think?" And I'm like, yeah, yes,
yes, please.
Yes, please, and thank you. I don't, to tell you the truth, you'd have to go online. You can find Rick Prince everywhere online. If you just Google Rick Prince,
right?
I mean, you'll find pages and pages about him.
So I have a viewer here that says that they would love to work with you in future films. This would be a good time to tell us, how can we get in touch with you?
Oh, you can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me at my email address, kendodge410@gmail.com. I'm Ken Dodge on Facebook. I'm Ken Dodge. I have two different ones. One I look like Gene Simmons, and the other one I look like this. So please reach out. I love questions. The only stupid question is one that is not asked, because you can't get a right answer if you don't ask a question. I never take a question as, oh, that was stupid. No, no, no. Knowledge is power. And even if you think, well, I don't want to ask that question because I don't want to ever think I'm stupid. I don't and won't ever think you're stupid.
No.
The one question that you ask may be the answer that changes your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise I will always, if I don't know the answer, I will find it and I will tell you.
That's a great way of putting it. It really, truly is. Now, as I said, when you first came onto the show, you are also a musician.
I am
Do
a
you
musician.
have anything booked in the music world?
Yes, I do a lot in the music world. I'm a lead vocalist. I've done some recordings. I did a lot when I was younger, but now as I've gotten older, I kind of go in all different directions. I'm a lead vocalist. I'm a percussionist. I am a drummer. I am a guitar player. You know, I've got guitars all over the place. I've got a big drum set behind me. I am with a band right now called Nostalgic Radio. Absolutely fantastic band, more of a show type band that does fairs, festivals, corporate functions, and things like that. I've kind of, at my age, I'm to the point where no, we don't do the bars anymore. We're more of a concert type group, a show type group, and we're doing everything from that nostalgic age, everything from that stuff I grew up on, from Joe Cocker to Prince to, I mean, pretty much a journey for 400 Foghat. You know, all those really cool dance songs that you remember from the 80s and 90s, and even some from the 70s, from some Blondie and everything. I'm the percussionist. I'm a vocalist, and the band is a six member band, and they are absolutely spectacular. Shane and his wife Dawn are the founders of this group. They also have a company as photographers. If you look up Nostalgic Radio, Dawn and Shane, you'll find them and their studio if you ever want to get some photos done. They're spectacular as that as well. But primarily with them, I'm a percussionist. I also play the drums with them on occasion, but for the most part, I'm a vocalist. I do the congas, the bongos, and all the percussionary instruments, and I do some background vocals and some lead vocals. And it's my opportunity to spread my wings and do a little bit more than what I'm used to doing. So it's great. I love it.
And how long have you been playing?
I've been playing drums since I was 8 years old. I've been doing music pretty much my whole life, since I was 8. My father was with a gospel group way back called the Florida Boys, and then he moved. Before that, he was in a group in the 50s called the Viscounts, Viscounts. They did a few albums, a few big hits: Harlem Nocturne, Little Brown Jug, Opus One, Unknown Soldier. These are some of the hits they had. Mm-hmm. But so I grew up with a musical background when it came to my father. So I guess I inherited that gene from him. But yeah, I've been doing music since I was 8.
That's amazing. All right. So I'm going to give you a fun question.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to do? Your world is your oyster. What haven't you done yet? What do you really want to do?
What do I want to do? You know, that is a really that's a loaded question, because I've lived so many lifetimes in my life, and I've done everything I've ever set out to do. I've met some absolutely spectacular people, and I am a man that has had his dreams come true so many times over. What I would like to do, I would really like to be the one. I'd like to be on People magazine as with a caption that says, "He really does care." I want people to know that I care about them, that I love them, and that I want to make them happy. I want to make them smile. I want people to look at me and go, "He really does care," because I do, genuinely. And that's probably one of my biggest faults, is I care about people.
That's beautiful. That is a really poignant answer. Now I'm going to give you a fun one. What's on
Okay.
your Santa list?
Oh, on my Santa list. It's silly. It's silly. It really is. It's silly. I, I want a really bad toupee. I really do. I want a really bad toupee because, again, it's funny. I want to walk around with a really bad toupee.
And let's get your email up here. If you want to send Ken Dodge a really bad toupee for Christmas, there's still time.
You gotta know me. You gotta know me.
410@gmail.com to get his address.
I do. I want a really bad toupee that I can, but it's got to be realistic. I mean, it's got to sit up there like, look at me. I am the shit. You know, I mean, we're talking Herb Tarlick from WKRP in Cincinnati. It's got to be a bad toupee, and it's got to make people go. That's what I want. That would be so cool. I told you it was silly. My favorite gift I got last year is right here. I mean, the electronic yodeling pickle.
Does it
I
yodel?
love this thing.
Does it yodel?
Something else I got last year. I loved it from the movie Big. I love this little guy. These are my prized possessions. It's silly, but I love silly stuff.
Before we go this morning, you have to make your pickle yodel.
Oh no, it's still in the wrapper. If you take it out of the wrapper, make my pickle yodel. What are you talking about? You talking about that one?
This is so fun. It is always so fun to have you on the show. I want to thank you so much, and congratulations. You have booked, how many did we go over? 4 films?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're currently in a band as well. When do you sleep?
No.
No.
No, I get plenty of rest. I really do. But I love the fact that I'm so busy. I love the fact that I'm moving ahead, moving up, moving onward, and I'm affecting people in a positive manner. Because that's what all actors, that's what we want to do.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And you really do care. We can tell.
I do.
You have very caring eyes. You book out a lot of the bad guy roles, but I think you have a lot of fun with it because it's just the opposite of you. So thank you so much, Ken. Come back on the show anytime. Anytime. All right?
I would love to.
All right. We'll see you very soon. Thank you so much. Look at that swag. Love it. All right. We'll see you soon, Ken. Oh, everybody, that was a wonderful show. Make sure that you check out Ken Dodge. Make sure that you follow Rick Prince's films because Ken is in multiple of them, and Ken Dodge, so that you can catch all the films that he's in. He's a phenomenal actor. He's really great, and he's very versatile. So if you're interested in contacting him because you want to work together, or you would like to know who his agent is, make sure that you do email him. And his email, I'm looking for it right here. It's kendodge410@gmail.com. All right, everybody, as always, we are blessed. You are blessed. And I love you. I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much.